Drivin Ivan here, and behind me the Jaguar XJ, in particular the XJR Supercharged, top of the line. It was built between 2003 and 2009, this third generation of the XJ. I bought one that is sitting a little low and has some warning lights on. So, am I absolutely crazy to buy one of the cheapest Jaguar XJRs in the US? Let's find out. Well, on pure aesthetics, I'm certainly not crazy at all. Just look at it. It's really just a sleek and elegant shape. And the fact that it sits a little low, well, I think that makes it look just a little more sporty. And it's already quite a sporty car. It was redone for this generation, and one of the differences is right up front there. You can see that the headlight sizes are a bit staggered. A lot of people panned it for being all new, but not new enough. And to me, well, that's just crazy. I mean, just look at that grille and the Jaguar Leaper. The shape is absolutely timeless. And, you know, why fix it if it's not broken? The Mercedes 109, check out my review of that one. Basically the same from 72 to 89. I mean, why fix it if it's not broken? Porsche 911, 356 ran for a long time, then the 911. Basically the same shape. It's timeless, and if it works, why change it? It's subtle, it is all new, and most importantly, it's aluminum, and that is really, really innovative for the time. To my eye, it's basically automotive luxury sport perfection and quintessential Jag. I wouldn't change a thing. Or perhaps I should say, striking beauty. That British beauty and classic styling continues inside with lots of wood, of course, across the dash and on the console here, across the doors. And just look at it. It's just beautiful. And to the touch, the steering wheel, wow. It's just a feeling of luxury that's not matched by many other cars out there on the market at that time or even today. Start it up and just listen. I have the climate control off, but still, even with 140,000 miles or so, it's still very, very quiet. And the seats, very supportive, nice leather, and the attention to detail, well, it's all Jag. Everything's here that you need, you know. You got a big ashtray, of course, and for a car of this era. And you've got the cigarette lighter charger there. Open this up, and it could use a bath, but you got 2 cup holders and some storage as well. So there you go, electronic parking brake, which has a fault actually on this one. And you can see the check engine light and a couple of other warning lights here, and it's telling you that the parking brake has a fault and the vehicle's too low. And so there you have it. But even still, it runs really well. We'll get to that in a bit. But this is what it's all about, I think. It's about being wrapped in this beautiful Jag interior with wood and leather appointments galore. And also, one thing I really like here, it has adaptive cruise control. That's right, radar cruise control in 2004, and it works great. But again, more on that later. The climate control does work great, dual zone climate control, and AC still blows cold 14 years later. That's good. You've got an infotainment screen with push button presets, even navigation and the vehicle menu, which is nice to have. You know, all your normal buttons and controls here, very well laid out. Of course, the gauges, very well laid out, large speedometer, tachometer, of course, and then fuel and temperature gauge as well. You can even control the radio and your phone through Bluetooth as well. Very nice. And 3 memory settings for the seats and power doors and window lock controls as well. And then some storage down below here. Nice sounding Alpine stereo, and just an overall simply luxurious interior for this Jag. Nice. You get your own vent, 2 chargers and heated seats in the back with magazine racks as well, and seating for up to 3 across. You also get a pass-through here along with your armrest that hides some more storage as well. But wait, there's even more. That's right, more storage and 2 more cup holders back here too. This XJR emblem on the back is a bit faded. It's supposed to have the same colors as this one, but hey, that and this is really the only exterior flaw, so that's not such a bad thing. And check out the trunk here. Absolutely huge. And goes pretty far deep back there too, plus you get a real full-size spare underneath. Well, here would be the time that I show you the engine if I could open the hood, but I can't because there's something wrong with it. Oh well. So it's powered by a 4.2 liter V8 dual overhead cam supercharged 4-valve per cylinder engine. It makes 400 horsepower, well, really 390 perhaps. It's 6,100 RPMs and 399 pound-feet of torque at just 3,500 RPMs. So very, very powerful, very torquey. 6-speed automatic transmission. It's a ZF, and the car weighs about 4,000 pounds. You can expect a 0 to 60 time of 5 seconds. Quarter mile takes 13.9 seconds at 104 miles per hour, and a top speed which is limited at 155 miles an hour. This is one of the things about the XJ in particular, that long hood with the Jaguar Leaper up front. It's a fine automotive driving experience, and that in combination with this steering wheel, I think the feel of the steering wheel is close to that of the Lexus LS, and you know, not too distant from the Rolls-Royce as well. You can check out my review of the Lexus LS and also the Rolls-Royce Wraith elsewhere on YouTube, but needless to say, this Jag has a very fine driving experience that combines luxury and also comfort in a way that's very special, and that's why these cars are popular. And the Supercharger, well, that just adds a little bit more. So what's it like? Well, it's fast, it's smooth, and that power comes on very quickly. And you definitely don't want to turn the traction control off on this car unless you really know what you're doing, because 400 horsepower is a lot. The Supercharger spools up quickly, and this is one quick cat. Now, in terms of innovations for this Jag XJ, well, there's a lot. The aluminum body was lighter than anything else out there. It's the first car constructed in that way, along with the Audi A8. Even though they're both made out of aluminum, the Jag is actually 450 pounds lighter than the Audi A8. Amazing. You also have Brembo brakes, which is pretty cool. And, well, the air suspension. As you can see, this one looks pretty bagged, and that's because the air suspension is acting up. Some people go ahead and convert these to a regular suspension, but I'm going to try to fix this one. We'll see how that goes. It can get very costly though. If you look at the prices online, you might be scared. But anyway, be careful when you're getting the parts. Make sure they're exactly right for your vehicle. And there you have it with the air suspension. Check out my Citroen CX wagon review. It's actually pink. That's a wild car. Check it out elsewhere on YouTube. That has the air suspension, so I'm no stranger to an air suspension. But anyway, the air suspension is there to make the ride very comfortable, and it does that in theory, not really with this one. So the air suspension also helps with performance. It actually lowers the car at 100 miles an hour to help with aerodynamics and stability. Super cool. Okay, let's check out the adaptive cruise control. I'll go ahead and set it for, let's say, 52 miles per hour. Okay, and basically I'm going 39 miles an hour. Why is that? Well, because it's got a space cushion here, which I can set by the gap on the side of the steering wheel here. And when I do that, it keeps me a certain safe distance from the car in front of me. It's like a tractor beam. And to me, that's just the greatest safety feature of all, really. Such a great feature, and you can set it and forget it. Watch is out for you, and this one also has forward collision alert too, so it's always monitoring your safety, and that is extremely advanced for a car from 2004. Now, if this vehicle in front of me stops, well, it'll take me down to about 15-20 miles per hour, and then I'll have to take over. But still, you're not going to collide with another car at highway speeds because it's going to slow down and brake for you. And that, again, is an awesome safety feature. At night, you're greeted with a light to let you see the door handle. That's a nice touch. And speaking of the night look, it's really not all that bad. Check it out. Yeah, it's similar to my X-Type Estate wagon. Light green glow, sort of. Pretty nice. This was considered ultimate luxury in 2004. The analog clock definitely is a nice luxury touch. So, my 2004 Jaguar XJR. What was I thinking? You know, this car, you can see that it's sitting too low, and you can see from the warning lights that it has some problems, but just look at the car. I actually test drove it, and then I went and test drove it again in the rain. We were negotiating on price because it needs a lot of work, and I was not willing to pay any more than I wanted to pay for it, because this car and cars like it can be a can of worms. You know, if you don't have the money, don't be fooled by the low asking price of some of these really nice 10, 15, 20-year-old luxury sedans. That being said, if you do have the money or the technical expertise to fix it, well, you can get yourself a real bargain that's on par with the cars of today in terms of luxury. The adaptive cruise control, well, that is just an amazing feature. So it's technologically sophisticated, and it's very, very luxurious too. Everything you want in an automobile, plus of course the ability to carry up to 5 people on a trip with that huge, huge trunk. So it really is a great sedan first and foremost, but to me, it's just a classic. And even though I went back and forth with the owner before we came to an agreement, I just kept walking away from this car and kept yearning for it. And especially with the adaptive cruise control, because to me that's not just a luxury feature, it's a safety feature, as I've said. And it's just so appealing, this car, and for the money. And that basically means probably anywhere in the neighborhood of as low as close to 3K somewhere, to all the way on up for a low mileage car to probably about $15,000 to $20,000, I would say, high end. So that's a huge range. But as I said before, depending on your know-how, this car is very luxurious and very comfortable to drive. So really, how quick is it? Well, it's very quick. The Ferrari 360 of the day got to 60 miles an hour in 4.2 seconds, and the Porsche 911 of the day, that's about 2004, 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds or so. So there you go. This one at 5 seconds, basically 0 to 60, extremely fast. But at the same time, again, you have a well-balanced sedan that can handle all your daily driving and commuter needs, and handle it in style, certainly. So therein lies what makes this Jag XJR really, really special. It's just a complete vehicle to me. It's got aspects of everything you want in a car, and what's getting to be a classic as well. It's a timeless shape, and the performance is incredible. The safety with the adaptive cruise control, love it. And so to me, it's the complete package, and I'm willing to roll the dice on something like that. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget to check out all my other Jag videos, the XF Premium, my Jaguar Estate, the X-Type wagon, and of course just Google any car you'd like to see and road test and review, and you'll see a full road test of it. Or many, many classic cars as well, and interesting car videos. I've interviewed Valentino Balboni at the factory. Check out my literal video for Chris Isaac's Wicked Game, all my music videos, documentaries on poker, and also on reality TV. I'm Drivin Ivan.